I really see myself taking it to the next level. It's the only other place I can go at this point. But film is a big focus for me. I definitely want to do a lot of film, sitcoms. Yeah, definitely. And when I talk about film roles, like I don't want to be stereotyped as far as or casting type as far as just comedic roles, because I could do drama. You know what I mean? I could do the drama roles. You know, I could get real serious. So you cheating on me, huh? You know, I can get real serious, or I can play the sexy role, like, so what's happening? Call me later. You know what I mean? I can do whatever. I can do comic roles too. I think that's probably a forte of mine that'll come across real easy. But you know, I have a big genre of acting skills that I would love to display for the fans for sure. The number one thing I want people to get when they leave my show is JT Smoove was awesome. Meaning like this dude is funny. You know, my philosophy is I'm not trying to be the funniest man in the world. I'm just trying to be the funniest man that night. Meaning that at the end of the day, I want people to say, you know what, I had a really good time at this show. I was really entertained. You know what I mean? Because we got people coming out. You know, you're paying money, so you know we want to make sure we definitely entertain you, but. The number one thing for me is not only to get people there, is to keep people coming. So I want people to be like, man, I can't wait to see JT again. My dream role would be anything that George Lucas or Steven Spielberg puts me in. No, I'm just kidding. My dream role, man, that's a good question. I haven't really thought of that, but it would be something drama, where it's real intense and something meaningful. Meaning that at the end of the day, we look at that and be like, man, that movie we can still remember 30, 40, 50 years from now. You know, kind of like, you know, I'm trying to win an Oscar out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man, you know what the thing is, man, I'll be real with you guys. Comedy is tough. There's like I'm in California. There's like 10,000 comedians, so everyone's trying to get their own niche and get in where they fit in. You know, my philosophy is, you know, there's a zillion people on Earth. You know what I mean? So everyone likes different styles of comedy. You know what I mean? Some people like energetic comics. Some people like plain comics. Some people like comics with instruments or whatever it is. I think what's funny is funny, but just to talk about the comedic or the comedy game. It's tough, you know. It is survival of the fittest in this game right here. But if you put everything in perspective, I do this because I love it. At this point, if I did it for the money, I'd have been left a long time ago. So right now I do it because I love it, and I just see that there is a future in it for me. So I'm just staying persistent and putting God first, and things are beginning to manifest for me, man. I'm so excited. Man, what's going through my head? Really, I become a different person. It's like I metamorphosized. It's like, you know, no matter what's going on, I could be in the green room, tired, sleepy, because it's like that for us when we're on the road. But the minute I get on stage, I transform into, I want to be funny dude. So my main focus is trying to interact with the crowd, give them a good time, and try to do that as far as me being as comical as possible. So yeah, I love it. It's no better feeling for me, to be honest with you.
Okay, and what do you do when you have a tough crowd? Like, everybody has a special little niche that they develop. What's your niche?
Well, basically, if the crowd gets tough, I'm gonna just bag on you. I'm gonna go right in your face. I'm gonna talk about your mama. No, you know, you just gotta feel the energy of the crowd. You know, sometimes we know that as comics, we're just professionals, so we know sometimes you got a crowd that's ready to gear it up and laugh, and then you got other crowds you gotta work harder. But it's kind of like, for me, I kind of like a tough crowd every now and then, because it's like if I was a dentist, right, and everybody that came in had perfect white teeth, my job would be boring. You know what I mean? Every now and then I like to have a root canal or something come in, that way I can hone my craft. So it's kind of like with comedy, when it's those times, it gives me a chance to hone my craft and work through things. So I actually like to have a bad crowd sometimes. I remember one time I was in Orange County and I had a crowd. It was only like 4 people. Okay, and 2 of them were playing pool. So, and the other one was a waitress, and you know what I mean. And so I just worked through it and just, you know, talked about the people over here, go over here, and just worked through it. So At the end of the night, I didn't get paid though. You know, the moment I actually really realized that I wanted to be a comedian, it was like I knew making people laugh was like my thing. It's kind of like when I'm in a situation, no matter what situation I'm in, when I make people laugh, it like gives me life. It's really kind of weird to explain. Kind of like someone that drinks and they get like that feeling, or someone, you know, it just, for me, it was just like an adrenaline rush every time I try to make people laugh. So it's just like, man, I was like, I want to do this, you know, for a living, because I really enjoy making people laugh, you know. Working heavily with the improvs, I'm doing a lot of comedy all over California. Got some traveling coming up, got some stuff in Vegas coming up, which is really, really good. Working on actually 2 independent films with T1 Films, and it's a blessing for me right now. So things are really starting to roll in the direction that I'm trying to actually take it. So we're really excited right now. I actually got started, you know, I really want to credit a couple comedians that actually gave me my first look. There's a guy named LJ Brown, Scotty Fig. Just wanted to talk about the people that really gave me, comedians that gave me a first stage time when I was like, I want to do comedy. But the first time I actually really did stand-up comedy was in high school. We had a talent show, and I did comedy, and I rocked it. You know what I mean? It was like, bam! And I just felt like, oh man, I really love this feeling, you know. But when I really got my break in, it was a couple of those comedians that I worked with that I really felt like, man, these guys, I love what they do. I want to do it. And they gave me some minutes. So. As far as putting God first, that, you know, it's funny how, you know, my life is kind of like a script, and this whole time I've been writing my own script in my life, and what I'm beginning to notice is that the script I'm writing might not be the right one for me. So I've released that and said, God, and every morning when I pray, I said, you lead me where you want to lead me, you know. It's funny how sometimes people, what they do is they drive, and they allow God to be shotgun, giving them the directions to go left and right. But I've switched complete roles. I said, God, you drive. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna turn the navigation system off. You drive. I'm like, you lead me to where you want to go, and it's been a good ride so far, you know.
Okay.